Hi guys, you're welcome back to another interesting tutorial. So today we're going to be learning how to cut jumpsuit without waistline joining. So I have here 3.5 yards of Ankara fabric. What I'm going to do is just to fold it into two like this. Then I'll fold it into four and place it on my table. The first thing I want to do is to measure the guideline, which is going to serve as the shoulder. Then another thing I'm going to measure is the crotch extension. So to calculate the crotch extension, you're going to divide the hip circumference by 10. Whatever that gives you, that's what you are going to mark here. So my hip is 44 divided by 10. That will be 4.4. So I'll just put 4.5. And I'll rule it all the way down. So can you see? So the next thing you want to do is to establish all your vertical lines. So from the guideline, you measure down the length of the armhole. I want it to be a sleeveless dress. So usually I use 9 inches for my armhole because I want it to be a sleeveless dress. I'm going to make the armhole to be 8 inches. Then I'll measure my waist length. My waist length is 17. Then I'll measure my hip line. Hip line is optional, but let's just measure down the crotch depth line. So to locate the crotch depth, come to your waistline. This is the waistline here. Then you are going to divide your hip circumference by 4. Whatever it gives you, you are going to add extra 3 inches to it. So my hip is 44 divided by 4. That will be 11. Then plus 3. That will be 14. So I'm going to measure 14 downward here. So this line here is going to serve as my crotch depth line. Okay. Can you see? So you can extend the lines. So this is the shoulder, this is the length of armhole, which is your chest line, this is the waistline, and this is the crotch depth. To get the crotch depth, just divide the hip circumference by 10 plus 3. Then you measure whatever it gives you from the waistline all the way down. Then that's your crotch depth line. Okay, so another line I'm going to put here is the hip line. My hip line is 26.5. So put the hip line. So this is what I have. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come to the crotch depth line. I'm going to measure the exact crotch extension that I want to use. I told you to get your crotch extension, divide the hip circumference by 10. But because you don't want it to be too loose there, so I might not have from whatever it is. So my hip divided by 10 is, my hip is 44 divided by 10, that is 4.4. So if I minus half, that will be 3.9. So I'll just do 4. So I'll put 4 inches here. So this is the crotch extension. Can you see? Then I'll get the cuff like this. Just put your French cuff and get it. Also use your hand in between this corner. Just measure 1.2 outside. 1.2 outside, and then you connect this way. Is it capturing it well? So can you see? So the next thing you want to do is to come and put all your measurements. So you come to the shoulder, you put the shoulder divided by 2. My shoulder is 16 divided by 2, that will be 8 inches. But because it's sleeveless, I don't want it to be too wide, so I'll use 7. 7, you measure that 7 here. Then I'll measure 3 inches here. I will also slant the shoulder by 1. And I'll connect the points together. Just like this. Add your seam allowance back to that line. So this is what we have. Finish the armhole like this. Because this fabric is folded into 4, we are cutting both the front and the back together. Can you see? Then for the front armhole, I'll locate the middle of the armhole, come in by half and connect just like this. So the next thing, all your measurements now will start from this line. Don't forget. So here you put your bust circumference divided by 4. My bust is 42 divided by 4. That'll be 10.5. Then I'll put my seam allowance. I'm using 1.5 as my seam allowance. Then on my waistline, I'm going to put my waist circumference divided by 4. My waist circumference is 34 divided by 4. That will be 8.5. Then my seam allowance. I'm not putting that. Then you come to the hip line. You put the hip circumference divided by 4. My hip is 44 divided by 4. That will be 11. Then I'll put my seam allowance. So, but because this is it's like a palazzo, it's not so snug on my hip, so I'm going to add extra 1 inch as is, just like this. Okay, so I'm going to connect these points together and gradually connect it all the way down like an A shape. Okay, it's going to form like an A shape. Just look at the way I'm doing it. Pretty simple. Can you see? Then gradually we are connecting here because we want it to be like a palazzo, just like an A shape. Can you see? Meanwhile, I have not measured the length of my jumpsuit. The length of my jumpsuit is 60 inches. Let me confirm if I have up to that. This is 60 inches. Then you had your seam allowance to it, your Emmy allowance. So I'm using the whole thing that is here. So the whole 3.5. All right. The next thing we have to do now is to add seam allowance to this point. You had ½ inch or 1 inch. Let's do 1 inch. 1 inch seam allowance. Then the allowance is going to stop here on your hip line. Okay, so if I'm cutting it like this and all the way. All right, so we can go ahead and cut this out, but then we need to do a little adjustment to the back so that your zip can relax at the back. So I added 1 inch for zip allowance, but for the back, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in on the waistline by this exactly 1 inch. Can you see? Then you replace it back to the side like this. Then you connect from the waistline. You're connecting to that point this way, and then this way. So if I'm cutting it out now, I'll first cut on this line like this. I'll still cut exactly here like this, but I will adjust it for the front. All right, so for the neckline, I want the neck depth to be exactly like this one, 4 inches, and then the neck width, I'll make it to be 5 inches, and I'll connect together. I'm making both the front and the back neckline to be exactly the same thing. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. So just pay attention to the way I'm going to cut it. Then, like I said, we're going to cut on this yellow shock line. So this is where my crotch extension is stopping. So I'll cut it from there straight all the way down. So can you see? So I'm going to take the first two, and it's going to serve as the front. But before then, you can transfer the shock for the waistline so that you know where the waistline is stopping, because we need to reshape the waistline at the back. So just put the waistline shock. All right, we already had extra one that we want to trim off now. So on the waistline, go in by half inch, go in by 1 inch, then you blend it downwards this way, then also you take it upwards like this. Can you see? Then we're going to cut this part off. So this is the back. Can you see? Back is ready. So I'll go to the machine now. I'll sew from here all the way to somewhere here. Then I'll fix the zipper. I want it to have pockets. I was just without pocket. So just locate your waistline. On your waistline, you come down by 1 inch. That's the position for the pocket, and you are going to notch. Then bring back the front. We are going to trim off this extra that we added to the waistline, and also you reshape the front armhole, okay? And put the position of the pocket. So can you see the front is ready? So you go to the machine from here. From here, you are going to sew close like this all the way to this point. Pockets. And I'll use this to cut pockets. Okay. So I will go ahead, I will fix the pockets to all the notching position. So all the notched position. Today I'm just talking rubbish. June, I'm almost done. This is the front like this. You're going to place the back on top of it. Right side facing right side. Okay? Right side to right side. You're going to join the shoulders together. Join the shoulders together. Go and check if it's capturing it. You're going to join the shoulders together. Then you come to the crotch area. Open it wide like this. Then match the joinings together. The joining that you have there, match them together. So from the center here, you pin it all the way down. So you're going to like this. Just pin. Then we are going to go back to the sewing machine and join the inseam area together with 1/2 inch allowance. Okay, so I'll start from here. I'll sew to the left and then come back to this midpoint and sew to the right. Okay. So this is what we have now. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll pipe the neckline with bias and I'll also pipe the armholes with bias. A big shout out to my channel supporters. Thank you so much, my sweet ladies, for being part of this channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. God bless you. Mwah. I love you. So the next thing I'll do now is just to fix the zip to the back. All right, so I'm done piping the neckline and fixing the zipper. The next thing is just to close the side. I added 1 inch or 1.5. I added 1.5 allowance, so I'm going to close the side with 1.5. So the last thing now is to hem the down part. Anytime you're sewing pants or jumpsuit, let the hemline be the last thing that you're going to do. And that'll be the end of the tutorial for today. If I found this video helpful, don't forget to click the like button and also click the share button. I'll see you next time. If there's any question that you don't understand, please kindly leave it in the comment section. I will definitely reply you. Okay, have a nice day. Mwah. Stay sweet.